Hey-ho, how she goes. Alright, so I took a look at the wiki, and I was able to find
What ails you, my friend?
the infested cellar quest. So I'll just let the animation play.
I fear that the worms could soon overrun the village. I know that they are coming up from under the house that is opposite mine. Just the thought of those slimy beasts oozing into my house makes me want to be ill. Please, rid us of them.
Oh, that's actually good flavor text. I thought it was going to repeat the starting intro to it, but I guess not. So for this quest, I don't have the use of any walls just yet. I have this bow if I need it. I put the other one back. I don't know. Just don't think I'll be needing it. Not sure here what's going to be more important. Maybe the burst is going to be heavy, so I have to swap helms. Don't really have a whole lot of resistances, but oh yeah, I found this ring. Would have been nice to identify it while I was down there. Just a major step up from what I used to have. A lot more hit points. And that fire spit bow. Oh shit, I don't know if I saved that or not. Well, whatever. That fire spit bow drops from enemies in levels 6 to 7, so it's not actually like it was way out of my league, which is good. I don't want to be like a cheater when I do the quest. I just don't want it to be like, you know, I come back and I find a bow finally after how long that does fire damage, and I'm just way too powerful to do the quest, like, you know, level 21 or something. So that was a decent challenge. Actually, probably the most challenge that I've had so far. I think it is made a little bit for higher levels. This one, I'm not sure about. I faintly remember it from my mage, but I thought it was much more open. Maybe it just opens when it gets to Purgatory and stuff.
I cannot carry anymore.
I guess I'll grab it later. So far, so good. It's not too much damage, which I was surprised. My magic resist is garbage, but it's not too bad. And even though it is kind of tunnely-like and really thin walls, this is what I would envision would be true to the story. You know, something like tunnels with a bunch of worms in it. More so than like just a big plop dungeon right underneath some dude's house, but sometimes it's not really about the story, it's more about actually the challenge. And I'm not sure if there's a boss in this level, but if there is, it's probably in that corner. I just want to make sure that I can get out as soon as I aggro them. I can't really rely on the monster meter to tell me when they're all coming. I think it's safe to say they're all coming. It's nice to have this corner, but not really sure when the right time to turn around is. Because you're almost always going to be standing in a puddle. it's pretty hard to move yourself out of the puddles. Seems it always favors the top corner. That's a lucky level up.
I cannot carry anymore.
I was just thinking now I'm stuck with the 5 dexterity that I added from last level.
Where would I put this?
But I realized that my dexterity has to start jumping up there.
I cannot carry anymore.
Looking at Arcane's Valor and Griswold's Tool, it's apparent that's what I need to do. Try and reflect its stat requirement a little bit better. Because I know on Purgatory it's just going to be the same thing, but just a little bit higher. Probably the same scale.
I have no room. I have no room.
I was thinking too, I should probably get a different stash file because the main reason is I don't want to mess up the other stash file, but I guess I don't really need anything. Well, I sort of do. Like that quest, like, it's pretty obvious there's no fire damage bows around, so I kind of needed to use something else as a substitute. Crown. Circlet. Well, that quest wasn't too bad. A whole lot easier than the other one, that's for sure.
Once again, you have saved this humble town from the encroaching evil. We are, as always, forever in your debt.
So much debt.
Where would I put this?
So much debt that I still have to buy potions from you.
Hello, my friend.
Chance to hit really isn't something that I need on a monk, I would imagine, but who knows, maybe I'll need a purgatory. No. Nah, it's pretty shit. Didn't need to use the helm, that's good.
Greetings.
Guess I'll try hell.
I must be getting close.
Before, when I checked the wiki, I didn't really have a whole lot of trust in it. I saw that it was, like when it tried to describe items, like uniques, it would just kind of give a description, like it wouldn't tell the exact stats. So I kind of thought that someone, you know, just half-assed took the stuff that they found and then made a little, I don't know what you call it, like a description of what they found and what they thought it was, should be put on the wiki. I don't know who actually made it, but it was from that point I never really checked it. But I went back to it to check the quests, and Sure enough, it told me exactly how to get in there, which is good because I forget those things. Kind of like in single player, all the places are open after you hit a certain level. I guess it's the same way in multiplayer, but for these circumstances where I did a lot of the quests in a row like that, and I leveled up, I think 2 or 3 times, really wasn't necessary to do level 11 and 12, I don't think. I guess the Warlord of Blood doesn't really need to be done. It is a quest, and it's a little bit more substantial, I feel, than some of the other ones where you just hand an item to them, like Garbad the Weak. But I don't think it really has a different level layout, so I won't go out of my way to try and find that one. Try and dance around the guys that are slower. I think that's worth 500 gold. Kind of deciding if I want to go in the corner or if I want to just slowly pick them away. I'll try this way. Got a nice little funnel on this side. I blocked the ranged threat. Kind of frustrating in normal because they don't immediately move to the corner. Sometimes they just kind of sit there.
Where would I put this?
I guess I don't really need to carry all these potions with me. I just kind of keep thinking that I'll need it for a quest, and well, I don't know if I'll need it for a quest. This is probably around the area that I would get into Flesh Doom, maybe a little bit later, but I heard Flesh Doom is extremely difficult. Unforgiving quest. I think there was something about negative light radius in it,
I have no room.
which in itself isn't really terrible if you have the appropriate items. Like improvision could probably go a long way, but I'm not in the point of the game where I have anything with improvision, and I think I'll try it without at the start. Damage blast. I think it's only 3 to 5 damage. So right now, it's really hard to tell if this is like a busted, well, busted is a bad word, maybe like overpowered, like marginally better than it should be for where you find it in the game. But then I keep asking myself, well, it is just horror mode, so, and you know, if you are a new player, you don't want to get stuck without a weapon trying to get to Purgatory. So, it's like all these things keep going back and forth in my head.
I have no room.
That's one trap I really don't like, even more than the fire damage ones, like the ones that instantly kill you. I just can't stand the busting ones. You can come back, get all your stuff all souped up nice, full potions of holy water, and then just like, there you go. You don't have improvision, you open a chest. You're not gonna not open a chest, right? Like, you want loot. So it's like, the alternative isn't really there. Where if it's like, oh, I just had a really long fight and I really want to get to save, you know, you're probably not going to be like, man, that fight was like 5 minutes, I'm going to fucking open this chest. You know, you can stop yourself from doing that, but the other way around is like all your stuff breaks and you're just kind of like, I really don't want to load the game
I have no room.
just because I broke my potions. It's just like a waste of time. Whereas if you die and you open a chest, it's kind of like, oop, you're right there. I gotta get rid of these potions, god damn it. That's good that it starts dropping so early. That's a big armor increase. If I get it with DFE, that might carry me through the later parts of the game. Continuing on with that point about, you know, the power level of certain quest items. I've seen some people like Mastrio and whatever on the forum say, you know, could you up the power or like the defensive power of Arcane's Valor? I'll try and get them across here. I'll have to bend the knee, back it up. But basically make them better so that it can bridge the gap between Purgatory and normal, so you don't have to keep looking for a chest piece. And like, I sort of see it, but I think what's really holding it back is just where the quests lie. Like, Arcane's Valor was an original quest, so like, you know, it makes sense that you're not going to change it, but like, the idea is kind of there. It's like, you should probably go for something deeper, like Griswold's Tool. That comes at a good part in the game, when you start fighting elemental enemies, you know, you need some more armor, all those things. Arcane's Valor, it's kind of like you're still in the clear. Like, Catacombs really aren't that bad, just using whatever you have found up to that point. But because Arcane's Valor is at that point of the game, it's sort of like, well, nothing can really be changed. You're not just gonna like take away the Arcane Valor quest. And because Arcane's Valor is like a staple, you kind of have to let that go too. Like, that has to be the reward in the quest. My god, something actually charged at me. I think that's the first time so far that a charger's actually charged at me. Hunting bow. Maybe it's time to go back. Identify. Take a quick breather.
I cannot get there from here.
There's another enemy. It's a boss, so it's probably hooked around the corner. Hassle. I guess I wouldn't mind seeing Locked On In's helm, like, kind of shift the balance. I don't know if that's the right word, but make it better, but make Arcane's Valor. Well, I guess Arcane's Valor doesn't need to be any better, or yeah, it doesn't really need to be changed. But
Carry anymore.
I found that Locked On In's helm was just, I don't think it had a lot of DFE. It tried to go the armor route. So it was kind of like your trading tokens, whichever you needed more or less of. Where are these monsters? Oh, it's this fucking thing. But then again, that quest item got changed recently. I think it did at least. Not just Arcane's Valor, so I'll have to kind of see how it fares up to Arcane's Valor. If it really is the same way, maybe change it, but
I have no room.
I don't know if there's a character class that actually excels at fighting these enemies. Maybe a scout, because they walk away. Gives you more time to fire at them, but Pendant of Deceit. Random 1 to 260, I think. And let's see here. Well, that's good. Get all the bosses over. One chunk of the map.
Hello, my friend.
Faster hit recovery, but 3080. AC. Yeah. I'll drop it, but I really doubt I'll keep that. That's pretty good. And it kind of falls in line with where I'm going with my stats right now. I got everything except just barely need some dex. I think that'll be my new go-to bow. I really don't like the elemental way of doing things with lightning and fire damage. That's a good ring. I mean, not terrific, but... Oh, Andros Heritage? Oh man. I don't know, that might make the game extremely easy. I guess elemental damage still hurts, but it is kind of a free trade. Like 40 life or 41 AC in horror is pretty crazy. It's good though, because if I'm doing a boss, I'm definitely going to be looking for that. What else though? This. Just not really sure what fast hit recovery is worth. Maybe it's not even a big deal and I should just go with the armor class. We'll try this for now. That seems pretty good.
Hello, good friend.
Should really think about these oils, what to use them on. Well, Diablo's pretty soon, so I'll probably need to use it on these horns. But then Lockdown should be coming up pretty soon, so... Decisions.
Greetings!
Where I'm watching is probably just like, what a fucking hoarder. Look at this guy.
Good day. How may I serve you?
It's pretty good. We almost got a full bolt full potions. All these items are just so situational. At the start of the game, you kind of need a little bit of balance, a little bit of rounding, because you just can't have items that are marginally good at everything. It's usually a choice. I think I forgot something over here. I can scoop it up over the wall. And boa shock. Actually, the base damage is so high, I just don't want to use this. I know that lightning damage is probably actually higher in reality, but I just don't like carrying around those situational items. Well, that gave me 1 dexterity. I think 1 strength, 1 dexterity, depending on your class. Very nice. Now I can use this bow. Please never make that sound again. But pretty excited because I had a busy week there, but I'm almost done. Can start to upload more frequently now. I think I'll release the very first episode. I think it's episode 1 till 7 so far. Just so it'll be a smoother transition instead of releasing, you know, a week on, a week off. And between me, Kyrios, and Illyria, we'll probably do a monk character soon. We'll have some pretty decent feedback on how it operates mid and late game. I might not make it to late game. Ooh. But late game is one of those things that it's really, really tentative. Like, you have to be very careful because, like, one item can really just make or break a class. Like that Baron Arrows, like that Hopomonculus, or whatever that Gladiator helm was. It was really just like crazy the amount of stats you could get. Oh, that's a nice little funnel. Honestly, I probably just shouldn't pick up staffs. I don't think there's any crazy ones that can drop. Or they might drop that's like something reasonably close, but just not worth all the hassle going to town every time. Wow. Always surprises me to see the uniques drop from the regular monsters. I don't know if I've seen that graphic before. Oh, nice, we got locked down in.
Please, don't kill me. Just hear me out. I was once captain of King Leoric's knights, upholding the laws of this land with justice and honor. Then his dark curse fell upon us for the role we played in his tragic death. As my fellow knights succumbed to their twisted fate, I fled from the king's burial chamber, searching for some way to free myself from the curse. I failed. I have heard of a golden elixir that could lift the curse and allow my soul to rest, but I have been unable to find it. My strength now wanes, and with it, the last of my humanity as well. Please, aid me and find the elixir. I will repay your efforts. I swear upon my honor.
A very touching tale, swearing on honor. I love it. Umbral Disc. I really shouldn't be looking at stuff like this. Just, my mind goes crazy thinking of all the different possibilities. Monk can now, you know, use all the weapons a little bit efficiently, so if I really need a DFE boost, maybe I could pop that on with some hipster sword action. I don't know. I'll probably just listen to the dialogues in horror mode, but once I get to Purgatory and stuff, I won't listen to them anymore. I mean, I've heard them all a lot before, but you know, if someone's just looking to get into the game again, maybe they like the nostalgia of it. It spawned over a wall. That's not very lucky. Berserker. It's not really until you get into like the crypt that you start to appreciate even the little things like, I don't know if you call these poles or bone pop-outs. The crypt has pillars, but they don't really drop randomly. They're kind of in the center of the room. If you were a scout, you'd fucking love that funnel. Actually, it's weird. It should make me not in combat, but well, I'm not complaining. It's a lot of health. There's a lot of health for this level. I like the callback of this boss. Makes a boss out of something that I didn't really understand when I first played Diablo. There's just one of these enemies in the Diablo pit. Didn't know if there's some kind of meaning to it or something special to use with the enemy. That's Eisenhart's, I don't know. So 35 strength, 55 dex. I don't really know the ratio of that. Maybe just try and keep my dex 20 points above my strength. I guess I can try that. It just kind of keeps me on target better than just kind of tossing a point here and there. Oh, nice, +1 strength. I kind of wish the cauldrons had names on them too. Ooh, full repair.
I have no room.
I don't think I can. Yeah, I can't use that yet. I think it's 125 strength or something. Gotta say, it's pretty satisfying playing a melee champion. You just kind of sit there, you pour your damage out. Usually you don't have to worry about moving around too fast. And things just die.
I cannot carry anymore.
Mage, it's always like you gotta find a safe spot, then you can actually do damage. Safe spot and then do damage. It's like you're always like moving. And it's good like for most of the time that I play, but once in a while I'm just really tired and I just don't want to like do all that shit. So that's why it was good to have a paladin. Yeah, the Black Marquise had more health than these guys. Longbow. Maybe I should identify that. Actually, this video is about 45 minutes, so I guess I'll just do some cleanup and catch you guys next time.